The shaded sector of the circle shown below has an area of 18 pi square feet. So this is 18 pi square feet. What is the circumference of the circle? What is the circumference of the circle? Okay. So we know that this is 18 pi. Alright, and we also know that this is a 45-degree angle. Something to note is that we have some, like, let's say, how many degrees are in a circle? 360, right? So this becomes 90. And then if I make more of this, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 of these 45-degree angles that make up the circle. Alright? And we know that 1/8 of that is equal to 18 pi square feet. Right. And when you know that, you can say something like 45 out of 360 is equal to 1/8 of the entire circle. And we should also know that what is the area of a circle? Area is equal to pi r squared. Alright? So when we know this, we can also, so given that this is area is equal to 18 pi, let's set this equal to this. Alright? So that means it should look like 1/8 pi r square is equal to 18 pi. So make sure this makes sense. Area is pi r squared, and 1/8 pi r squared is equal to the area of this segment. Okay. And then from here, we can figure out what is this radius. So, first things to note when doing this, the pi's can be removed. We can put 1/8 r squares equal to 18. 18 so let's isolate the r square. 18 times 8, 64, 8, 144. R squared is equal to 144. And then r is equal to the square root of 144, which is 12, because 12 squared is 144. Now we know what the radius of the circle is. And what does that mean? The radius means this guy. So this is the radius. Radius means that line right there, r. If you can't see that on the screen, it's basically this segment. Alright, now how does the radius help us figure out what the circumference of the circle is? We have to know the circumference formula. What is Circumference is C is equal to 2 pi r. Alright, so from this, we can put circumference is equal to pi, and what's the radius? 12, not squared, just r. So 2 pi r. So circumference of the whole circle. So right when you have that radius, you can figure out the circumference of the whole circle. So 2 pi, so what's 2 times 12? 24 pi. And the circumference of this whole figure is 224 pi. That is the final answer. The real idea here is to know that when you have the 45 degrees here, that is 1/8 of the circle, and 1/8 of that circle multiplied by pi r squared is equal to the 18 pi, which is the area of the of that figure of this segment. So if we have the area of that segment, and we know that's 1/8 of that of the circle, we can get here, and from here we can figure out the r, and with the r we can plug it into the circumference of the whole circle, and then ultimately get what the circumference of the circle is.